Thank you very much for making a date on today's edition of the Marketplace. Let's settle for the first story. And inflation for the month of April has dropped marginally. The new rate is 9.6%, down from the 10.4% recorded in March this year. This is the lowest since January 2013. This means that even though the general price levels of goods and services have been increasing, they were done at a lower rate. According to the Ghana Statistical Service, the drop can be attributed to a reduction in cost of electricity, transportation and other utilities. Udilia Intiamwa reports.
The April 2018 inflation rate of 9.6% is the lowest since January 2013. The annual inflation rate for April 2018 was 9.6%. This means that the change in the general price level was 9.6% over the one-year period from April 2017 to April 2018. The year-on-year inflation rate for March 2018 was 10.4%.
The government statistician indicated that the drop in electricity prices up to 17% is the reason for the drop in inflation of 9.6%.
The inflation rates for the non-food group is mainly responsible for the overall fall in the inflation rates. So we realize that the inflation for the non-food group declined from 11.8% in March 2018 to 10.6% in April 2018. And we are attributing this drop as the main reason why we are seeing this drop in the overall inflation rate. But within the non-food group, we have some key price drivers. And we mentioned that transport and housing, water, electricity, gas, and other fuels actually are the main drivers for this fall. The transport group recorded a drop in the inflation rate by 8.9 percentage points, from 18.4% in March 2018 to 9.5% in April 2018. Then again, we have the housing, water, electricity, gas, and other fuels group also recording a fall of 3.4 percentage points from 7.3% in March to 3.9% in April.
The reduction of inflation, which currently stands at 9.6, compared to what was happening in March, which was more than 10%, has been attributed to electricity. But electricity may not be reduced every month. So it's very likely that, well, if other factors do not come in, this may not be sustained in the following month. But what the government statistician says is that it just puts disposable income in the hands of people that had been spending originally so much on electricity, because electricity prices had been reduced by some 17%.
Now moving on, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is pushing for changes to laws covering taxing and control of mining firms. According to the Vice President, the country is even not getting much from companies that it holds some interests. Dr. Bawumia said this at the launch of the IMF Regional Outlook Report in Accra.
Development is not something we only do with external resources. There is urgency in strengthening the domestic tax system through innovative means, and we must do so in ways that do not undermine productive activities or distort private incentives for work. For Ghana, we are taking concrete steps towards formalizing the economy as steps to broaden the tax base of the economy. The national ID system, which thankfully will be rolled out this month, the digital address system, the digitization of land records, and the paperless ports should all help in building a new platform for revenue mobilization. In addition to strengthening conventional revenue handles through taxation, we must develop confidence in our financial sector in order to encourage higher private savings as a source of loanable funds to support the domestic credit and capital market.
Meanwhile, the Bank of Ghana is optimistic the launch of the mobile number interoperability would help transform payments and improve financial inclusion in the country. First Deputy Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Maxwell Afari, disclosed this when he made a presentation at the launch of the IMF Regional Outlook Report. According to Dr. Afari, these initiatives could help improve tax collections.
In the next 2 days, the Vice President will be launching the mobile money interoperability platform, which will ease the electronic payments ecosystem. In addition, the national ID system is going to be launched. These are clear ingredients to be leveraged to reduce informality and broaden the tax base, and we can learn lessons from India. India introduced an ID system that created a payment system architecture that helped them to bring as many as 300 million people into the formal economy. This is transformational. It is this that will help us to be able to broaden the tax base and to be able to get more money and more tax revenue to support the infrastructure agenda. This is the kind of transformation that we need in Ghana and we need in the sub-region. It is estimated that we have about 6 million people in the formal sector in Ghana, and only about 1.5 million of these 6 million pay taxes. At the same time, we have over 10 million mobile phone subscribers at the end of 2017 who are economically active. Mobile money transactions alone grew by 177% between 2013 and 2017, reaching $34.6 billion at the end of 2017. This clearly presents a huge opportunity to bring most of these economically active mobile subscribers into the formal sector and create a great potential for domestic revenue mobilization. We can do this. India has done that, and we have the potential to be able to do this. So, sustaining tax revenue alone by 1.5 million former taxpayers cannot do it. We need to broaden it, and one of the ways to broaden it is to take advantage of the digital system and the mobile phone system.
Let's now turn our attention to agriculture. And the Ghana Cocoa Board has revealed it is constructing a factory to help increase the level of cocoa exports through value addition. The new cocoa processing factory is to be located at Sefwi Wiawso in the Western region, and it will be a joint funded project between Ghana and China. The $60 million factory would partly be funded by a $35 million grant from the Chinese government. Speaking at a meeting with a delegation from China, CEO of Cocoa Board, Joseph Boaheng Edu, said that the creation of this factory will expand Ghana's exports and the scope of cocoa consumption.
Will actually run through the entire course, that from production of butter, liquor, and then the cake down to the tertiary level, that's production of chocolates. For us in Ghana, this is very significant because we've been producing cocoa for many years, and looking at the international cocoa markets and the volatility of prices, and also taking into account of recent price falls. So we are referred to as the sleeping giant. But then we have a rising, or an emerging consumption pattern in the Asian countries, particularly India and then China. And therefore, it's been our objective to enter the Asian market, focusing essentially China in particular. So the acceptance of the Chinese government to partner with Ghana government to put up this factory actually is a major step in realizing our objective and our vision of expanding the scope of consumption.
Now, with about a day to go, participants of the Cosmos Innovation Center Agritech Challenge have been making last-minute adjustments and fine-tuning their business plans. The contestants will be pitching their innovative ideas which seek to provide solutions to challenges in the agribusiness sector to a team of experts. Joy News' Adelaide Arthur has been with the various groups as they prepare for the first competitive pitching.
It's been a long road for participants of the Cosmos Innovation Center Agritech Challenge. Over the past 6 months, the young entrepreneurs have embarked on market research tours and also gone through intensive capacity and team building trainings to equip them with the requisite skill to develop innovative technology-based ideas that seek to address challenges in the agribusiness sector. As the agri-techies were exposed to the various problems facing the agriculture value chain, many ideas came to mind, some of them very interesting.
I had this fantasy idea as well that we have rice cooker, so we could also have stew cooker. That's like you have the stew cooker will have compartments, you put your vegetable here, your oil here, and it will be in number forms, so I could set it up and then go to work. When I'm about to get home, 30 minutes, I send a text message, then it starts working like one oil goes in, pepper goes in, onion goes in, like at intervals. Maybe you set everything, then it gets ready. That is a whole invention. And again, I kicked it out. Like I said, the ideas keep coming, you keep validating some, you keep clearing some. So that was cleared.
Now, after forming permanent groups, the agri-techies are preparing to pitch their business ideas to an ideation team made up of experts from the agribusiness industry and academia.
Input dealers or the farmer after harvest pay a little commission on the produce that you are sold on our platform.
This is the first of 3 competitive pitching events, and participants are aware they must make an impact if they want to proceed to the next stage of the competition, and so they've been practicing hard.
It was a very interactive one, and they were very honest with us. The fact that we didn't practice properly, we should have practiced within 5 minutes and gotten used to that, and we didn't do that. So we couldn't give out our vital information over there. And thank God this is not the main pitch. If not, it would have landed us into deep trouble.
All the panel were happy with our project. However, we need to do more research in terms of the crowdfunding to crowdsource to fund our project. So they've given us ideas and they've given us ways of going about it. So we hope that in the next pitch we'll do much improved presentation.
The 2 previous seasons of the Agritech Challenge were successful, and the director of the Cosmos Innovation Center, George Sapon, says the expectation for this cohort is high.
The quality and caliber of people who are applying continue to build. The application is across all the 10 regions of Ghana. And their backgrounds is across all disciplines. And some are engineers, some had degrees in agriculture, some have in finance. So it's the diversity that we bring, and also even on the gender level, of the 6 companies that we have out there, about 4 of them actually have their CEOs being females.
This time round, the number of businesses to be invested in could increase, presenting great opportunities for more startups to get seed funding from the Cosmos Innovation Center and its partners. Adelaide Arthur, Joy News, Accra.
Let's stay further in Agric. And Ashanti Regional Director of Agriculture, Reverend John Menu, is calling for more investments into research for commercialized oil palm cultivation. Ghana currently produces below 35,000 tons of output out of a total demand of 850,000 tons in the sub-region. Stakeholders have been meeting at the 3-day training of trainers course in Kumasi under the theme Oil Palm Cultivation Best Management Practices. It is aimed at enhancing the knowledge and skills of agric extension officers as well as sharing ideas on sustainable palm oil production. Prince Apia reports.
Oil palm cultivation is one of the most profitable land uses in the tropics. For the main producing countries, palm oil can significantly contribute to national economies, driving rapid economic growth and contributing to the alleviation of rural poverty. Data from the Ministry of Food and Agriculture shows the country has a total of 305,758 hectares of oil palm plantation. Over 80% of this is cultivated by private small-scale farmers, with opportunity for Ghana to scale up production for local and regional markets. Regional Agric Director Reverend John Menu tells Slav Business it is high time research is intensified in this area.
All of you are aware that Malaysia came for the oil palm nuts in Ghana, and now it is a crop that has turned the fortunes of that country around. And we can use them as a case study. We've realized that there are a lot of products that can be developed through the oil palm. And we have not done much as far as product development is concerned. And I think we need, as a nation, also look at the research so that now that we want to concentrate on other enterprises like oil palm production, then we should invest also into the research so that we can come out of a lot of research findings that will bring a lot of products from the oil palm, as it is happening elsewhere in Malaysia. So we have all it is to do it.
Latest Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change report indicates about 10% of global greenhouse emissions are tied to deforestation. Reverend Menu says to lessen the impact of commercial agriculture on the environment, there is a need to encourage agroforestry.
If any farmer or prospective farmer want to go commercial, there's the need to clear the land. And in clearing the land, because most of this commercial agriculture look at single commodities or monocropping. For example, you have an oil palm or you have maize. We all bear witness of large acreages that have been cleared without replanting the trees again. The way out is to also encourage the agroforestry. That means you are doing your plan, you are doing your cropping, but it's interspersed with some tree crops, so that the whole area is not deforested.
He spoke at a 3-day training of trainers course in Kumasi on oil palm cultivation best management practice. The workshop is a collaborative effort by Tropical Forest Alliance 2020, Apoi Ghana National Platform, Pro Forest Solidaridad, and the Agric Ministry. It was aimed at enhancing knowledge and skill of agric extension officers and sharing of ideas on sustainable palm oil production. Prince Apia reporting.
Let's now cross over to the Ashanti region, where the leadership of the region's branch of the Ghana LPG Operators Association has re-emphasized over 7,000 jobs will be lost if government's cylinder recirculation model is implemented. At a press conference in Kumasi, the association criticized government for coming out with an ill-prepared policy, which they say is bound to fail because it cannot address the explosion challenge as is being touted. This is coming after barely a week of a similar press conference held in Accra. Spokesperson for the Kumasi Association also called on government to lift the ban on LPG filling plants construction and allow both the association and its policy to roll out simultaneously before full implementation of the new module.
At the moment, one of the biggest problems we have at the gas stations is that sometimes somebody comes, he wants to buy 50 cedis, 50 Ghana cedis. You give him the gas or her the gas, and he tells us that, oh, it's shaking. Now, this gas will now be filled from distance away. And can you imagine the type of people who will be feeling it? They feel it there, and then you come, you take. You see, you don't know exactly how much they put in there, so customers are actually going to suffer. You see, we gave the opportunity to customers to buy any quantity they want. 1 CD, 5 CDs, 10 CDs, 50 CDs, 80 CDs, 300 CDs. But that opportunity will be lost forever.
The standard price.
Now there will be a standard price. Whether you have money or not, that is the standard price. You have to take what is there available for you. So we are saying that customers are going to cry. They are going to miss us. So government shouldn't do what it's trying to do to us, because that would be too much.
All right, so government is yet to react to the recent concerns of the LPG marketers, and we'll bring it to you some details as and when we get them. Now, Senior Minister Wiawso is making some radical proposals which he believes would help deal with revenue mobilization challenges facing the country. These include taxing unused lands in the residential areas, increasing property rates, and reviewing free zones laws to check its abuse. The senior minister made these proposals at the launch of the IMF Africa Economic Outlook Report in Accra.
Everybody is talking about domestic revenue mobilization. Ghana is the fastest urbanizing country in West Africa. What are the implications of urbanizing? It means many more people are moving into urban areas, development of better properties are coming up, high-end houses are being put up, commercial construction is going on. So why don't you look at these areas and structure your taxes to benefit from your urbanization? And urbanization brings speculation in business. So the chances are that if you don't take care, because of the fast urbanization, people will buy plots in undeveloped areas, leave it and jump and make money out of it 10 years later. I see nothing wrong with it. You can if you want to. But then the state is losing, because if somebody had put property on it, property by law in Ghana are taxed, its property rate would have earned something. But because it's empty plot, we are not earning anything. So then you must contribute something.
Meanwhile, Commissioner General of the GRA, Emmanuel Kofinti, says recent efforts to improve revenue generation will include tax terms on textiles. According to him, this strategy will also help deal with some issues facing the local textile industry, including counterfeiting and smuggling of cheap textile prints. He spoke with Joy Business at the sidelines of a handing over ceremony of 15 pickup vehicles from the Danish Development Agency to the Ghana Revenue Authority.
It's as usual. I mean, the normal things which the textiles have to go through, that's what we are going through with them. We have to ensure that only certified goods coming to the market, and that we do not condone pirated goods and being smuggled, so that we have to work to ensure that people's businesses do not suffer because of misbehavior from the system. Development partners have been assisting us so much. Now that we've moved away from aid and beyond aid, we've moved away from being a third world country at the very low end of it. Once we move to the lower middle income country, we need to be creating more revenue domestically to support our agenda. And so they are helping us in that area. The needless one is what we've just seen. The DFID has been supporting us with the audits of free zones and the warehouses and the vendor warehouses and the rest.
And on that note, we draw the curtain down on this afternoon's edition of The Marketplace. Many thanks for your company, and let's meet again same time tomorrow. My name is Emmanuel Abuaji. Have a good afternoon.